Hey, it's Chris Bowling.
Hey, it's Chris Beyer.
Happy Friday, CB.
Yes, good to see you again.
We have a special guest, Aaron King with Norton LifeLock. Thank you, Aaron, for joining us
Yeah,
here on a beautiful spring Friday.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you. Well, we are excited to have you on because ID theft and just protecting your personal data has been so incredibly important for not only ourselves, our clients. And so why don't you give us a little background about yourself?
Absolutely. So my name is Aaron King. I am the regional sales director for Norton LifeLock. I'm originally from a small town in Northwest Iowa. It's called Shaler. It's the popcorn capital of the world. So if you if you
I'm
haven't
sure
heard
good
of it,
summer
look it up.
festivals, right?
Yep,
Good summer
absolutely.
festivals.
I currently reside in West Des Moines. I have my wife, who's a high school teacher. I
Awesome.
have twin identical 3-year-old daughters, and then I have a 5-year-old son. So yeah, we're pretty busy
You are
around
busy.
You
here.
are busy.
Professionally, I've been in insurance sales for about 15 years.
Yeah.
I've been a vendor for employee benefits for the last 8, and then with Norton LifeLock for the last 3 years.
Wow.
Okay,
So I'm
very
sure
good.
most people have heard of Norton, right? It seems like whenever you buy a computer, that's the antivirus software on us. But tell us a little bit about the Norton LifeLock division.
Sure. So Norton and LifeLock, we merged together about in 2016. So it brought together like
Okay.
two of the most respected brands in our industry. So first you have the Norton antivirus, which, as you mentioned, is one
Yes.
of the most awarded and well-known in our industry. But actually, if your identity is ever stolen, the first company that's Googled the most is LifeLock. So with both those brands
Yeah.
together, it literally changed our industry. So in a nutshell, what we're designed to do is we put layers in place to try to prevent your identity from being stolen. For example, with our Norton device securities, just last year alone, we blocked about 3.5 billion threats. And if your identity
Wow.
ever is stolen, we're here to make you whole again. We have a $3 million insurance plan, which we are the captive insurer on. So we have no sublimits or occurrence limits on that.
It
Okay.
is impressive.
Wow.
I mean, I personally have it. Thank you to Aaron. And I've had it now for 2 years. And the littlest thing that I will do online, immediately I will get an alert on my phone that says, "Is this you?" It could
Yeah.
just be,
Yeah.
I think I had to update my address on a credit card and it immediately pinged it. And I'm like, that is very, very impressive.
Good to hear.
Oh,
So
I mean, we're just doing everything online. I mean, coming out of COVID, we would never been meeting in this format before COVID. And you just think how much we got depending on using our devices to do everything, especially financial.
yes. So 2023, what are your biggest concerns out there, Aaron? Is there something that you think is a bigger threat over something else? Or, just as a consumer, what are some of the things that we
Yeah.
should be a little bit more careful on?
Yeah, so just in the last 5 years, we'll start from there. There's no
Yeah.
industry that's changed more drastically than ID theft. So in the last 5 years, there's been a 3,500% increase in ID theft. So it went from
Wow.
1 victim every 12 seconds to 3 victims every second. So I don't know, we've been talking for, 5 minutes or so. Just in that 5 minutes, there's been 1,000 people that have had their identity stolen. So crazy stats like that blow my mind.
That's horrible.
So
That's frightening, Aaron.
it really
Yeah,
is. I'm sorry for the doom and
Thank
gloom
you.
today, but here's
Happy
the thing,
Friday.
though. I only see this getting worse. Like
Yeah.
one thing that I follow closely in 2023 is AI. So AI is the fastest moving technology we've ever seen.
Yeah.
It will eventually displace hundreds of thousands of jobs. It's already displaced thousands of jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So within days, there's hundreds of new AI products that are being launched. So it's impossible to stay on top of all of those. So this is only going to make it easier for bad actors to steal your information. So currently in the United States, 33% of all Americans have already experienced ID theft. So in my opinion, ID theft has gone from a nice to have to a must have just in
Yeah.
a few short years.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Wow.
Well, you just think of, you talk about AI, the ability, just to replicate voice and replicate
Yeah.
image. And that's just
Scary.
we're seeing that impact just starting to happen. And it's so realistic. It is a scary thought.
Yeah, you're going to have people with the AI voices that can imitate somebody's mom, and then they're going to
Yeah.
call that person. It's scary stuff.
Yeah, it definitely is. So how are you keeping up on the speed of change? Because technology is just escalating so quickly. Threats are continuing to be more creative, more realistic, I guess, impersonations. But how are you and the team keeping up on that?
Yeah, that's a good question because with digital security, you have to be up to speed because it changes so frequently. So luckily at Norton LifeLock, our only focus is digital security. So we have over 1,000 engineers on staff. They're constantly working to improve our product. So I'll give you an example. So let's say that there's a virus in Africa that's developing. So what we can do is we can spot that out and we can develop a patch and push that through our whole systems, which updates everybody's system immediately.
Wow.
So as far as our employee benefits offerings go, we do have 2 additional plans that we've rolled out. We've added a plan called Benefit Premier Plus. So the main addition to this plan will be our cyber insurance. So cyber insurance will help cover such things as social engineering, cyber extortion, which would include ransomware and those types of things. We even cover cryptocurrency losses, so Bitcoin, Ethereum, those types of money on that. We've also developed a few other features in there. One's called Norton Anti-Track and then Norton Private Email. So this allows you to be anonymous online to prevent trackers from building profiles on you, because once they build a profile on you, they're going to sell you. And then our second product that we developed is called the executive benefit. So executives are 50 times more likely to be attacked than the average employee. So they are going to need additional coverages in place. So we have a white glove concierge service. We use human operatives to help remove PII or personal identifiable information from data broker sites, and then also Google search sites. So we have a 98% removal rate on this. So that's very important to get that stuff off the internet. And then it also comes with our 24/7 Norton IT service, just to make sure your computers are up to date with the most recent Norton antivirus. And then also we'll answer any IT related questions. I won't go anymore, but we have 150 other additional features that come with this plan. So it's an absolutely loaded plan. It's the best plan on the market.
I love it. So Chris,
so this is something that we are seeing, again, employers offer as a voluntary benefit, employers offer to their executives. You know, you can also look at this individually, but I think, like, it was important that you said it's not a nice to have anymore, that it's the threat is that realistic and getting crazier from there. So no, it's things to consider. I mean, it's just you hear enough in the news, but to now hear all of that summarized, it's like, okay, yes, even more aware of what the potential issue is. So as we're wrapping up, Aaron, we always like to ask our guests if you've got a motto or a quote that helps guide you in business or life when things are good, things are hectic, things are average, whatever it might be. Is there something that you turn to say, all right, this is what directs me?
Well, I think mine's pretty easy here. I've plastered it on my wall here. So don't forget to be awesome today.
I love it.
Love it. This is just, it's basically short just to be positive, right? Like, life is too short not to be positive. You're definitely too positive, guys. And nobody wants to hang out with a Debbie Downer. So, and I think that if you're positive in life, it just translates into business, and our business is a relationship business. So you just want to make sure that you're positive, so people want to hang out with you, right? And that's pretty much just sums it all up.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. You've given us some once again insight that I was hoping. I did not realize that the attacks were that frequent. So yeah, so hopefully in this period of time we have not been hacked. Thank you, Aaron. Take care and have a great weekend.
Thanks, Aaron. Good to see you.
No problem. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
We'll see you.